Hey everyone, welcome back to another bottle modeling tutorial. I don't know why, but modeling bottles are quite popular. People really like them, and this was a request from our Discord channel. By the way, you can find the link below to join the channel. Anyway, this is the model that I will be modeling in this tutorial. I am really happy with the result. It is looking sharp and clean. I hope you will enjoy and learn a lot from this tutorial. Now, let's get into the tutorial. First, let's load in the image plane. I will go to the front view, hit Shift and V, back. I will select this image and increase up the transparency. Now I will go ahead and add in the first object, which is going to be a cube. I will adjust the shape roughly. Once I have done that, I will drop this cube under a sub-D. Let me hit N and B to see the wireframes. Also, I will turn off this work plane. And the first thing I'm going to do is I will increase up Y segments. And the reason is I want a uniform mesh. This is going to be quite important because we will have to drop in a huge circle right in the middle of this bottle. So this object should be as uniform as possible. I will make this cube editable, get rid of this top and bottom polygons. Then I will select this subdivision surface and make it editable because I need more resolution. That's why I will make this sub-D editable. Now it's time to alter this cube. We need to match it to the bottle in the image. To do that, I will Alt and Shift and add in an FFT deformer. Since this has lower resolution, it is going to allow me to change the shape easily. Move this around until you match it. But after a point, the resolution of this FFT will not allow us to model, say, this round part of this bottle. So I will increase up Y segments and I will try it again. Yeah, now I will be able to do that. In addition, I will model this bottle slightly larger than the bottle in the image because subdivision surface makes objects smaller than they are. Okay, that looks fine. Now let's apply this deformer, connect objects, and delete. Next step, I will double click on that edge loop and I will apply Fit Circle tool. Because this part is supposed to be a perfect circle, so I will apply it. Now I need to make more adjustments to the shape after applying this tool. I will Alt and Shift, add in another FFT. This time, I think I will be okay by adjusting these middle points only. So scale them on the on the Z. Unfortunately, we don't have much idea about the depth of this bottle. The only reference is this circle at the top. But yeah, this is going to be more than enough. Let's apply this deformer one more time. I will drop this one into a sub-D, hit N and A and orbit around it. This object should be smooth and perfect as possible because I will be using it for projection purposes, which means that everything I do after this point will rely on this object. So this is why it has to be really smooth. Now let's duplicate this, hide it, and make this one editable. Hit C. I will call this projection. I'm gonna hide it and unhide the low poly mesh. First thing first, we could delete this half because I could easily mirror these on the other side. Now it is time to create that hole in the middle. First, I need to select the polygons, and these polygons should cover that hole, obviously. After selecting these polygons, by the way, this is the time that you will see the benefits of having a uniform mesh. I have 6 polygons horizontally and 6 polygons vertically, which will make it quite easy to model that circle. Okay, now, since I know exactly where I'm gonna put that hole, I will Alt and Control and convert these polygons into edges. Then I will deselect these edges. I'm doing this so that I will know exactly how many segments I will need. for this cylinder. So let me go back to the original mesh, and it says I have 24 edges selected. So this cylinder should have exactly 24 segments. Also, let's change the orientation and adjust the size of it. That seems fine. So we set this to 24. Okay, I could also remove these height segments. This option doesn't do anything to the shape, so just set it to 1. Now I will go back to my original mesh. By the way, let me call this model. Yes, this polygon selection, as you can see, covers the cylinder. And I'm gonna hold down Alt, add in a bool, and put the cylinder under the bottle. I will duplicate this cylinder, Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. You will see why I did that. Now I will enable create single object and make this bool editable. Actually, I'm gonna step back, and before bringing this editable, I'm gonna move that point up. Same here. We don't want this to overlap. Okay, hit C, going to point mode and grab polygon pencil. Now I will simply clean up the mesh. While cleaning up the mesh, my target points will be the points of the cylinder. So I will merge that point to that one and that one to that one. Same here. I will hold down Ctrl to remove any unwanted points. Here. Then that point to that one. Now it is time to unhide this original cylinder because I don't know exactly where to merge this one to this one or this one to this one. So I'm gonna unhide the cylinder. It looks like I need to do that. Get rid of that one. It seems like we need to drop in that cut, then another one, then get rid of this edge. Connect this, another one, get rid of that point and connect this one. I will add in another edge, then this point. Now I have a triangle. I will add this diagonal one to get rid of it. Another edge, get rid of that edge. Merge these. Now the same issue, just add this diagonal edge, then you will be good to go. Another diagonal edge, and here we go. Since both sides had 24 segments, as you saw, matching these points were quite easy. By the way, you may be tempted to use Fit Circle tool, just like I used at the top, but this time we will need that depth information, like we need that curve. Fit Circle tool will not give us that depth, so this is why I used a bool, basically. I can delete that cylinder. Now I have to adjust these new edges because, as you can tell, these are not looking well. And the reason is the shape we have is not symmetrical. It is quite easy to fix. I will just move them around until I get a good result. And since we are doing this in this right view, it is 2D view, it's not going to change the perfect shape of this circle. I'm gonna go into edge mode. Yeah, now this looks way better. Now it is time to use this projection object. I will first select my main object and I will call this back to bottle. Alt down shift and add in a shrink map deformer. Then I will put this projection object in the target object tab. This was the first step. We need to add in another deformer, which is called smoothing deformer, and that deformer should be above the shrink wrap deformer. And here we go. Now we have a perfect surface. I will just scale this circle up. Okay, now this is looking perfect. Let's apply the deformers. Right click, connect objects, and delete. Next up, we need to fill in that hole in a way that matches the curve of the detail we want to model. As you can see, this detail is a little bit angled. So let me right click, select close polygon hole tool, and close that hole. Let's try the grid one, but this is going to give us this vertical structure, but we want to, rotate it slightly. To do that, I will hit Ctrl Z, use this tool again, but this time I will select the patch mode. This mode will allow me to rotate this new geometry. So let's set this to -1. Now these edges are looking perfect for me. I know these are not perfect, but actually let's do that real quick. Polygon pen tool, and let's start from here. Actually, before doing that, let me hit Ctrl Z and make an inset, because I need to preserve these edges no matter what. But if I make an inset, I will be able to move this point, for example, around. It's not gonna change that edge loop. So let me go back to the point mode and add these edges again. Okay, now I will just merge these old points, and that's it. Now we need to reproject this new geometry. So I will grow up my selection. I'm gonna split them out, go back to the original one, and delete these. I will use the same deformers, shrink wrap deformer, and above that a smoothing deformer. Nice. Let's put this projection object again, and here we go. So let's apply these deformers, connect objects, delete. Unfortunately, we lost the edge flow that we set, so I will slide these points. Then let me make a selection and clone these in so that I can slide that point to the left. This one is looking fine. Okay, we are looking good to go. I will connect these back, connect objects and delete. To merge this point, I will use Optimize tool. Select all the points, right click and click on Optimize. Now let me move these polygons in. Then, yeah, let's select these polygons. Then I will make an inset and delete these polygons. Now I will select rectangle selection and move these points until I mesh this shape. Okay, let's double click. I will flatten out these edges on the Z. Then let me see. Yeah, looking nice. Finally, I will hold down Control and extrude these on the Z. Let's enable sub D. Looking nice, but we will need some extra supporting edges to make some edges sharper. For example, I can double click on the edge loop and clone these out. Hit Q. Nice. Then another one here. Hit Q. Nice. And finally, we need to sharpen up these edges, obviously. So double click, hold down Control, and clone these like so. Hit Q. Nice, but we will have a big problem over here. We need to find a way to get rid of these points. So I will just get rid of that edge. I know this is going to create an N-gun, but when I enable sub D, you will see that if you hit N and B, the surface is going to be really nice because subdivision surface will automatically convert this N-gun into a quad surface, as you can tell. And what is more, that edge flow is actually exactly what we need if you look at the bottle. So as you can see, sometimes N-guns work incredibly well in subdivision surface workflow. I will do the same here. Connect these two, then connect that one to that one and get rid of this one. Let me check it one more time. Yeah, exactly. Q, and here we go. Looking perfect. Now let's mirror this on the other side. Hold down Alt, select the Symmetry object. We want to mirror this on the Z. We need to correct the center edges, obviously. So let's go to the top view, select them all, including these ones. Then open up the coordinate manager. I will set this to world, and I need to zero them out on the Z-axis. So come over here and set this to 0. Also, I need to zero out the size of these points. And here we go. Now the symmetry should work without any problem. Let's enable sub D. I will also enable weld option. I will turn this off. The shading is looking a little bit funky over here, but I can increase up the subdivision level and that should fix the problem. Now let's finish that bottom and top parts. I will show you a nice trick to close this kind of caps whenever you have symmetry. So all you need to do is select these edges. You need to leave out these edges, select them all, hold down Control and extrude them on the Z. Then zero out position and size. Then simply merge these points. That's going to be it. Same here, select them all except for these edges. Extrude them on the Z and zero out these. And finally merge the points. Let's select this and bevel them in solid mode. Nice. For the bottom part, let me check it. Yeah, this time we should not sharpen these edges too much because corners are quite soft. So let me clone these in. Hit Q, enable sub D. Yeah, looking nice, but I think I should slide them up. Yeah, exactly. Now I need to move these apart. Now we need to make the final adjustments to the bottle. So I will make the symmetry editable. Going to points mode, click off, then right click and grab brush tool. I'm going to make this brush quite large and start to move these points around until I match the bottle in the image. Now I should select these points, move them to the left. Notice that I didn't move these points with the brush tool because let me try to do it with it. So if I do that, I will basically destroy that perfect circle. So let me move this to the left, hit Q. I will go back to the brush. I'm gonna move these points. And finally, to have a better curvature on this area, I will scale them on the Z. Now let's model the rest real quick. It's going to be really easy. I will make a loop selection, split them out. I'm gonna call this late. Double click, Alt and Control, move these up, scale them in. And let's use close polygon hole tool again. I'm gonna rotate this around. Yeah, this looks fine. Now let's select these two loops and bevel them in solid modes. Hit Q. Yeah, nice. Then, yeah, I need to select these ones. I will apply fit circle tool. I need to scale this in a little bit more. Okay, move them up, scale them in, and in set, move these down and delete. I will select these edges with loop selection tool and bevel them in solid mode again. To get rid of these triangles, I will simply enable uniform option. Hit Q. Nice. And finally, I was going to split them out, but this time I will just double click on these edges, move them up, Alt and Control, scale these in and use close polygon hole tool. Now I will select these polygons in the middle, grow up the selection a few times. Now I will split them out, go back to the original one and delete the polygons. Let's select. I will select them all, extrude tool, enable caps option, and extrude these in. I will need supporting edges obviously, so I will drop these guys in. And another one in the middle. By doing so, I will have a uniform mesh. Yeah, looking nice. Let's move that image plane to the left, hit NNA. Yeah, I am really happy with the result. Looking quite accurate, you know. Let me assign a material to the bottle. I'm gonna hit Shift and V, set this to 0 because I'm gonna steal that color from this image. Let's duplicate this. That part is looking a little bit tight, you know. And yeah, I can see why. I'm gonna move these points. It is too tight. And I believe I know the reason. I made an unnecessary inset before splitting out these parts. No big deal. This is going to be it. I am really happy with the result. It's looking quite sharp and clean. By the way, let me know if you are interested in UV unwrapping and texturing parts. I could do something about it. Thank you very much. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Also, you can join the Discord group. You can find the link below. Anyway, I will see you in the next ones. Bye.